The vision I have for 25th century as a podcast and a magazine that we're kind of working out is a vision of futurism that actually embraces the power of people to build a better society and not simply create a kind of lifeboat for the super rich to upload their brains, move to Mars, and or get a really nice apartment on an international space station. It is more along the lines of what can the future be if it really is what we dream our best life can be. And that's not the best life in terms of the most fun life or the most exploitive life or the life of someone who does like to, their goal in life is to pump and dump stocks, bonds, housing assets, whatever else they can get their hands on so that they can accumulate as much stuff before they're 30 as possible, and then just ride an enormous wave of cocaine until their death, which is a fine way to go out in some ways, but, is not a vision that all of us can take part in. It leaves too many behind. And so the idea that we can use our technologies, we can use our smart home developments to coordinate repairs among a huge number of properties and make them better places for people to live. That we can use the fact that we can, all be bondholders in a kind of financialized housing stock to ensure the security of our rental incomes and to give us all rent reductions and pieces back on the money that we spend, to live in our places, and that we can open up more places and plan around community development, less around the luxury high rise that is just a denser form of suburban isolation, and more around the community like low rise and low level skyscraper that can keep, a dense community in more spacious 10 and 12 and 8-story buildings with shops at the bottom and parks throughout, and a vision of a community that is much more ecologically and socially sustainable, and where you have to work hard if you really want to alienate yourself from a community and really dedicate yourself to alienation rather than simply being this isolated person, this isolated figure by default.